My dear friends, the solemn prediction of the Lord of His passion was His way of purging the minds and hearts of His disciples from their, I would say, foolish marveling at some future earthly glory. The Lord wanted to correct their wrong conceptions about the Messiah. The disciples thought that the Messiah would overthrow the Romans and would reestablish the kingdom of Israel. They had in their minds earthly triumph, temporal glory. The Lord wanted to correct that. The Lord wanted His disciples to listen carefully to His message. Why? Because gospel truth is always hidden from human wisdom until and unless, emphasis, until and unless the sovereign grace of God chooses to reveal it in order to engender faith. Faith then becomes for us both a gift and a response to God's revelation. My dear friends, the Lord intended to get across His painful yet vital message, sobering lesson that the perpetrators of His passion and death only acted in accordance with their nature, corrupt as it was, since God, who alone is in absolute control, would never violate human free will. Katong duha mo importante kang leksyon nga gipadayag sa Ginoo ngadto sa iyang mga tinun-an. My dear friends, if you have noticed, the inability of the disciples to accept the hard truth the Lord revealed to them is just a reflection of our own difficulties, our own hesitation to embrace wholeheartedly the message and implications of the cross. Kindly pray over the first letter of Paul to the Corinthians, chapter 1, verses 17 to 25. Kabantay tingali mo, usok aron sa atong panahon, ilabi na sa to ang mga non-Catholic brothers and sisters in Christianity, kanang gitawag og prosperity gospel. Kana gani mo promise lang nga kumusunod ta sa Ginoo, mulambo ang ato ang kinabuhi. Musunod ta sa Ginoo, blessings will overflow. Tinuod man na, pero dili na to kalimtan nga worship without sacrifice is not authentic worship. Mao ni giklaro sa Ginoo kay ang mga apostoles aning panahon na nagsugod na sila, imagine after witnessing the miraculous words and deeds of the Lord, nagsugod na sila og entertain sa idea nga ngilingig gyud kay ning ato ang amo. Our rights will be reestablished, our enemies will be vanquished. Nagsugod na ang ilang triumphalistic ideas about salvation. Nya gusto sa Ginoo nga kurhian na siya. Sisters and brothers, many of those who call themselves Christians are excited to bask in the glory of the glorious words and deeds of the Lord. But very few from among those who share table with the Lord are ready to climb with Him to Calvary. Labi na karong mga panahon na, mamili ang mga Kristohanon. We have this tendency to choose the teachings we subscribe to, especially teachings that do not demand much from us, but teachings about fidelity, about self-discipline, teachings about forgiveness of enemies, these are demanding ones. And we tend to relegate this to the background. Okay na to nang kanang love for fellow human beings, diha lang ta. Accepting each other, kana, diha lang ta kutob. Being tolerant of each other, diha rata, okay rata ana. But the difficult ones, no. We relegate them to the background. Like what the disciples were doing in today's gospel passage. Siguro makapangutana ta, why did the disciples refuse to ask the Lord to explain His statement? Right? According to the gospel passage, they found themselves afraid to ask Him. Why? According to one Bible scholar, it's possible that they were afraid of what the answer and implications might be. Munangwa na lang sila mangutana. Had they asked, my dear friends, had they asked the Lord to explain for them the meaning of such declaration, they would have been given a glimpse of the inner workings of the Sacred Heart. I hope and pray we would never stop asking the Lord serious questions about life. Lord, what's the meaning of this? What's your message behind this unfortunate event in our society, this painful reality in my life? We need to ask the necessary questions. And the Lord, in His own term and in His own time, will give us enlightening answers.